Hello and welcome to Dice Dive. My name is Knights and we are here to talk about some dice. Welcome to the stream. Welcome back. If you are returning, it is season 2, episode 1. We're going to talk about what was in some dice advent calendars that we opened during December. If you are here, please say hi in the chat. I see a few of you are already going at it. We have Amber and Q and Fritzen. I am not sure who else. Oh, Kiwi! Kiwi is here! Yay! So excited to see all of you guys. I've missed you. I've had a nice little break from streaming, and I am so glad to be back. First, I did see a discussion about turning this into a physics. Yes, I saw the song cue. Very nice. Dicelings, as yes, I guess that's what we're going to be calling you guys from now on. Dicelings. That has been Brewin Druid's suggestion all along. Hey, Bruin Druid as well. And welcome back. Happy Dice Dive Season 2. There was a discussion in the chat before the stream went live with me about the physics of rolling a d3. I don't do physics, never took physics, somehow escaped all of that. Hey, Des! And Q with a dad joke, because what would this stream be without that? Anyways, there was some discussion about the physics of rolling a d3. I have 2 different d3 options. We can look at those in a minute, in addition to doing what we're doing, because courtesy of Bruin Druid, I discovered DCC Funky Dice, which has d3s. But in any case, housekeeping notes, as we always start this stream with. The music playing in the background is from Critical Role. This particular album that is playing currently is the Welcome to Wildmount album. I also have the Taldori album in the playlist. It will rotate through depending on how long I'm here. And they are so kind to let streamers use their music for free so long as you give them a shout out and tell you how to find it. So let me just throw that link over in the chat. If you would like to find this music for your own use, there is a Spotify link to both of these albums. So those are there. Looking into the possibility of maybe changing up some of the music this year as we go on. Who knows? We'll see. And other notes to be specified. I am not a sponsored show. All of these dice were either purchased by me or gifted directly to me. In the case of tonight, I believe they were all direct purchases by me. So yay for that. But if you are a dice company and looking to sponsor someone, hi. We love the shiny click clack math rocks. And if you are looking for a chill place to talk about dice, we do have a server connected to this channel. It is pretty quiet. And if you know how to find me on Discord, you can send me a message there and I will hook you up. Otherwise, please follow the link I just put in the chat to send me an email and I will help you find that out. Also, hey, that link to my website is functional again, guys. I overhauled it in the downtime. I mean, it's not the most fabulous web design in the world, but it is a functional website and it is there. So, if you'd like to check that out, please feel free to. And, yeah, I think that's all the housekeeping notes. Now it's time for Dice News, because yes, that is also back. Dice News is back with Dice Dive. It's a pretty short one tonight because it's the end of February and there aren't a lot of sales going on, or at least I haven't been notified of a lot of them, and I haven't dug around too much yet to get into them. Next week, hopefully, I'll have more for you. But right now, there are two things I'm aware of. The Dice Shop Online, which is a UK based dice shop, is having a 25% off sale on their 7-piece mystery sets. So if mystery dice are your thing. Been a while since I've done this. Totally a professional streamer here. Question for the chat. I do not wish to get a copyright infringement from those folks at Disney, so I will not sing that, but please know I am singing it in my head. Alright, so the other dice sale in the Dice News to tell you about is Kraken Dice is having a President's Day sale, as with most Kraken Dice sales. This is a stacking freebies with various discounts depending on the type of dice or other products you're buying from them. There's free minis, there's free dice. I love Kraken Dice. Tell you, the fun money is coming from my tax return, and there may be a wish list already going. But enough housekeeping and dice news items, because let's be serious, we're here to look at some shiny click-clack math rocks. Things to remember if you are returning, and things to know if you are new. We have a couple of things we talk about around here, like the Kiwi test. Kiwi was here. I don't know if he still is, because he is from all the way across the Atlantic Ocean. And it is quite late for him, so he may have hit the hay. But we have what we call the Kiwi test for legible dice around here. Kiwi loves a legible die, and so therefore we have a command for our chat called legible Kiwi, which is legible dice are the key. And we will refer to the Kiwi test in talking about whether a die is readable or not. We also will talk about some of these dice tonight with names that might not be their official names. And Fritzen, back with illegible dice, our king. He is bound to start a dice war. Sometimes the illegible dice are fun. Anyways, so I like them all. As if you've ever watched some of the professional streams, sometimes they do roll a die and they'll be sitting there going, what does this one say? Because sometimes it's fun to roll the illegible die. So, we love them all. We just sometimes, some of them are easier to read than others. So, that being said, please interact in the chat. I love having people to talk to while I'm doing this. We're going to go ahead. We're going to bring up the dice cam. And before we jump into the advent calendars, please note, I got a new setup. We have a neutral background instead of the wood grain of my desktop. And a little bit of light on the dice. So, we're going to try this out tonight. Here we go. So, as previously mentioned, you guys were discussing D3s. I have two D3s right here. This is a D3. And this is also a D3. Both of these... Or actually, no, that's a D4. I thought I had the D3 in my hand. I do not. But that's a D3. We're going to play with just the one. I lied. One D3. I have another D3 somewhere, but that's the one I could find while you guys were talking that was within reach. So this is a D3, which is actually, you'll notice, shaped as a D6, needs more light. I think we can accomplish that. There you go. More light. Fritzen got a... Nightbot came out to get ya. My brothers are not here to mod, but Nightbot is... 1D3, 2D3, haha. Alright. Okay. Well, I don't know why it decided that you... Oh, it must have been because you... I'd be willing to bet it's the ellipse. You used it 3 times in the same message, and apparently Nightbot didn't like it. So this is a D3. This is from a DCC set of unusual dice. These are called Immolation. And so 1, 2, and 3. There we go. Anyways, Nightbot definitely agrees that legibility is key. You just want it to be like the count. I get it. Alright, and congratulations on your new edition, Fritzen! Fritzen has a new... So glad he's here with us tonight, but yay for new baby. Alright, so, on to Dice Advent Calendar. So I no longer have the boxes, they got pretty wrecked. But we're going to start with the 12 Days Adventure Calendar from D&D and Fanroll. So this one was not just dice. We had some other items. So we had the dice bag, which had the beholder with its Christmas lights. So this is a... Still not sure whether this is dark blue or purple. It kind of shifts. It's nice color shifting. I think it might be dark blue. Because everything else seems to be. But that, there was that. Then we had the fun dice tray, which had the demi-lich on it. Yay! I'm so glad, Fritzen. Yay! Progress for little Nicky babies. Alright, so this is the dice tray. It's very fuzzy. Velvety. With a demi-lich. Because doesn't everyone just want to pet a demi-lich? I don't know. Like, not. Alright. So those are the two non-dice items that were in this calendar. Then, we got the set of mini. So we're going to review the contents of this calendar and decide what we think about it. So for dice-wise, we had a full set of mini official D&D red dice. All the dice have the ampersand on their high side. So these ones are pretty legible, which for this dice calendar is saying something. Good night, Kiwi. It is quite late in Euroland. Alright. So, these dice are pretty legible. You got the translucent red resin with... We're just in Mexico land. With white ink. Like I said, the ampersand is on the high side. So these are officially branded Dungeons & Dragons little tiny mini dice. So those are pretty legible. And as I mentioned, that's saying something for this set, because now we're going to dive into the rest of this Advent Calendar's dice. And let me tell you what. I'm not sure I would want to roll these in a game. They're fun to look at, but I'm just not sure. So, we're going to start with the oddball dice. There were two dice that were not part of the set in this 12-day calendar. So, there is this D percentile, which has yellow, it's clear translucent resin, yellow ink, and I am still not sure what the heck the insert is on this one. It is something purple, but I can't tell what it is. I have looked at it every which way. There appears to be possibly some shaping to it, but it gets distorted. I tried Googling to see if anyone had identified what the inserts were on these. I cannot find a listing anywhere. Fanroll doesn't have it. I may try reaching out to them directly and just say, please tell me. Yeah, this inclusion was really hard to read. So it's remained that way, and I'm still not sure what is in that die. But this is one of the more legible of the ones we're about to look at. Then we have the standalone D20. So this is a translucent resin die with green ink, and it has a beholder inside, and the beholder is also green. So it does make this die much less legible. I mean, you can read it, but if you are full on looking at the beholder like this and looking at that 9, it is hard to read. So this die is definitely, I would say, not passing the Kiwi test. And, yeah. There it is. But it is still pretty cool to have a beholder in a D20, right? Okay. Now on to the matching set. So, my little index cards with my notes for what we're looking at tonight. So, we have the Holiday Monsters set, is what I have dubbed this. This is the official D&D Holiday Monster set. Start with a D4. So it is a Caltrop style D4, clear resin. It has the red ink. And these ones, because of the translucent and the red, are legible but also difficult at the same time, depending on the angle you're looking at them at. This one, the inclusion, I'm still not sure if it's a monster or just a Christmas cake, because it's also not in there, so you can't. So this is the top of it, which means the point down is when it's flat and right way, so it can never be that way when it's rolled. It appears to be just a white. Excuse me. I'm sorry. A white cake-shaped thing with holly on top. So I'm not sure if this one is a monster or just funsies. But we flipped it and rolled a 4, so there's that. So that's the D4. Moving on up in the value, this is my favorite one in this set. 10 points to whoever guesses why. I'm not sure what we'll do with the points, but here is the D6. Thank you, Anne. This has a snowy owlbear in it, and it is definitely, you can read this one. Of course, the big ampersand on top, and the owlbear is very clearly visible. It is adorable. That a cute little owlbear. Yes, it is. Get a 4 on that. Now we're headed into the less legible land here. We have a D8. The D8 contains what? That's right, owlbear, Anne. 10 points for Anne. I love an owlbear. So we have the D8, which is heading towards the less legible. This contains the ever popular Demi-Lich, which is apparently the icon of this advent calendar. It's on the dice tray. It is in the D8. And it's wearing a scarf, of course. And apparently we're gonna have 7 on that one. So again, there are certain sides of this one that are harder to read than others. And we have, looks like, a bot. We are going to go ahead and deal with that. My apologies. As soon as I remember how to do this. Mod actions. Go away. Man! Bye-bye! Bye-bye, bot. That Nightbot can't do. Go figure. So... Get out of that! Why won't it let me out? I hate this game. Alright. Have fun, Amber. We'll see if you get back. Alright, I can't get it to close out of my chat window, so hopefully nothing else pops up that I need to mod myself directly. I can't get this to close. Alright. Anyways, moving on. Luckily I can see the chat in another window. Actually, let's try if I close the chat window. Yes, open it. Is it? Fix it. Hey, look at problem solved. Okay. Alright. First time we've had to do that in a while, if you can't tell. Alright, D10. Here is the D10. The D10 has a displacer beast in it. It's all its tentacles on its back and everything. It just kind of looks a little blobby with the shape of the D10. But you can see it right there. There's the displacer beast. Which you may, even if you've never fought one before, recall was in the D&D movie. And here's where you get into the shape of the die combined with the red and the translucent can make this one hard to read. So we get another 7 there. But there is that. Then we have the D100. This also contains a beholder. This one is purple instead of green. It's rolling right out of view. We get a 10 on there. And red can often be one of those things, if you are colorblind, red ink is probably not going to be your friend on most dice anyways. So this one falls into the sort of legible category as well. Now on to the D12, which is, I think, my second favorite die in this set. This contains a present mimic. And I love a mimic. My players, maybe not so much. I don't know. Amber stepped away. Des, you'll have to speak for the group. Right, we got a 4 on the D12. Look at that mimic mouth. It just wants to take a big friendly bite out of your hand. And then finally, the D20. This has an Otyugh in it. Trash monsters, sewer monsters. Mimics, I liked that one mimic that was the town pet, right? I know. Little table. Small village. The bar mascot and the town pet. They tried to kill it and got run out of town. It's a good time. So much fun. Alright, oh, and that is a 3. This D20 is taking no prisoners. So, we'll pull them all back. So there is the full set altogether, plus the 2 extras. And then, of course, we have the minis! Which I'll put over here. So there is the dice contents of the Adventure Dice Calendar. So this was the 12 Days of Adventure Dice Calendar, so official dice calendar from FanRoll and D&D. Overall, pretty interesting. The bag and the tray that came with it, I mean, the bag is fun. Especially if you just want to tote around those dice. And the dice tray, I mean, I still think they missed out with the gingerbread ampersand that was on the box. I think that should have been on here. But you have a demi-lich with a scarf. And it's very soft. But yeah, this was not the most exciting dice advent calendar. But it was fun. And I do love the monsters in the dice. They're very cute. Especially my buddy, the owl bear. Love this owl bear. It's adorable. The face. Alright, so we're going to pull those back. And now we're going to move on to the regular FanRoll calendar. Now, I did not this year. I'm not going to pull them all out in order like we did last year. I just am going to put them out for you to see. The other thing to know is I have tried with all of these advent calendars to go onto the respective dice companies' websites and identify the full sets that these are from. I will tell you, with FanRoll, I was absolutely not successful. I could not find sets that matched on the website these dice. So FanRoll, so much like with the D&D official one, there was a dice bag that came with this set so that you had your own storage for this. So we have the red velvet bag with the gold and red motif. Very pretty, very on brand for Christmas. Now, we will take a look at the dice that are identifiable. So they had an official mini dice set in the advent calendar. Which one is missing? There it is. Okay. So they had this mini set, which is super pretty. It is a white resin with red ink. Again, if you're colorblind, red ink is probably not your friend. So this set, not the most visually friendly set. Now let's see if I can get this to work. They are UV reactive. I've been practicing this so that you guys could see that. Did you see the purple color coming up with the UV light? So we had UV reactive. They're very glittery and sparkly. So there's full of hollow glitter. Look at that shine. So these ones are super fun. So those were identifiable. We also had the holiday set itself, which was an inclusion set that contained presents. Alright, so there they are. I think 6, no, missed one. Oh, there it is. So this set contained a Christmas tree in the D20, and then various colored packages and presents in each one of the others, down to the D4. And again, we saw in the D4, much like in the official D&D set that FanRoll did, the little inclusion does not sit flat, it's actually upside down when the die is flat on that side. But these ones were super cute. It's all clear resin with gold ink and the various inclusion packages. So, a lot of fun, very cute. I still like the Christmas tree, although it It did take us a hot sec when we opened it to figure out that's what it's supposed to be. But inclusions are one of those things that sometimes the die shape does distort, and then you're like, what are we doing here? So we have that. Now on to the individual dice. This one is the final one that's identifiable right off. This was the Christmas D20. It was in day 25. Right? Isn't it interesting? Both the D4 inclusions are upside down, and it's just strange to me. I wonder if there was a mold issue this year for them, and they just did that, or maybe they thought it was funny. I have no idea. So we have this green metal dice with gold metal and the green enamel inlay, and of course the snowman on the D20 high side, and it is just a 1 on the bottom. This one is definitely legible. You definitely want a mat or a dice tray though if you're rolling it, because it is a table denter for sure. Super awesome. Okay, now there were 3 other dice in this that I am fairly certain I have identified. This D10, I believe, is from their Violet Infusion set. Super pretty. Got pink, purple with blue ink. Then this D20 is from their Eternal Fire set. And the last one I'm positive I identified is this D10 from the Luminous Ruby set. The sparkle and glitter in this one. It's just so much fun to play with this one. I need to play something where I'm going to roll a D10. The purple one is pretty, and I'm actually fairly certain this is one of their... The Violet Infusion set is one of their unicorn sets, and I am 95% certain that as we begin inventory, we will find a full set of these in the wall, because I am fairly certain I own these dice. But those are the only 3 out of the rest of the remaining dice that I could identify. I have 2 that I have a guess for, so I think that this one is a Stardust Blue, but it doesn't have quite as much glitter as it should. It looks like it all pooled in the pour. So I'm thinking this is a misprint D8 from the Stardust Blue. And then this one might be from Luminous Shade, but I am not sure. So the rest of these are the random dice that appeared in this calendar. So this calendar was very light on D20. So it was the one D20 that was loose, and then this one. This one is a layered one. I could not identify it. Pizza time! Have some pizza, Bruin Druid. Enjoy your pizza. So we had 2 D20s, just that for the D20s. Moving down to D12s, where were 2 D12s in this calendar. This purple one, and this green, blue, and orange one. Again, could not identify those. Could not find them on their website anywhere. Moving down to D10s, we saw these 2, and we've already looked at those. D percentiles, we had the one that I think might be Luminous Shade. Then there's this one, which is very pretty. Purple, pink, blue. Silver ink, very legible. Could not identify a set that matched it on their website. And then there is, of course, the metal that we got. It is a gold green inlay on a silver metal. Not super pointy, nice rounded off. So there's that one. I also could not find a metal set on their site for this one. I did try. In the D6 variety, skipped a D8 because we only had 2 of them. We had the blue one, and then there's this one, which is super shimmery. There's like waves of glitter. Dark, sort of translucent resin. Silver ink, very legible. Totally use this for a ranger and their longbow. Alright, so D6s, we had 2, and I think this one and this D12 might actually be from a similar set that was just inked differently. Because the coloration looks very similar in style. but I'm not sure. Then we have a layered blue one. Very on brand for winter theme. And then there were 3D4s. The real weird oddball metal one that I could not. I searched. I was like, there's got to be a whole set for this. Could not find it. The numbers, the font on this one is what makes this one hard to read. It is fun to roll, though, with the little rounded corners. And this one would not murder you if you stepped on it. So there is that. We have two other D4s. We have a layered Callistrop style with multicolored green, silver ink. And we have layered with, like, it's very spring coated. Blue, pink, yellow, and green, gold ink. That side, not the easiest to read. But that is what we got from Fan this year. I mean, it's fairly exciting. Not the most exciting, but fairly exciting. I do love the random dice, but I'm also really excited about when we get a whole set. So the randoms were fun, but you know, I love the glitter. That set is very glittery. The mini set is definitely my favorite in that bunch. So they're all back in their little home. And now we're going to move on to the Amazon, the Cursed Calendar. So this calendar I attempted to identify nothing from because these are all mass-produced Chinese dice. So we'll look at the two non-dice items first. There was, in fact, despite the days that we opened less, and had nothing, there were in fact 24 items in this calendar. I counted when I was sorting. So we have the dragon with the D20 pin, which is very cute. I will put it with my pin collection later. And then we had the weird Mind Flayer mini. So here is the Mind Flayer mini. So those are the dice items that came in the set. And then we had a bunch of randoms. So we'll start with the D20s that were in here. Just pull. So this was 4 D20s in this calendar. We have the blue, which is almost purple. We have a green. Nice green and gold. Very school spirit coated if you are around where I am. We have yellow and black. This one is solidly legible, which is nice. And I love a yellow die. And then we have the pointy, I would not want to step on this. You need a dice tray or mat for sure. Table denter. This one is prickly and metal. It is almost round. The points are what makes it not round. Don't know why camera glitches. That is frustrating me. But yes, this one is definitely a weapon. And it makes a really good thunk. So no problems when I was testing earlier. Alright. On to D12s, and this set had a couple. We had 3 D12s come up in this. We have a blue, a brown, and a clear. Now, obviously, against the white mat, the clear one is hard to read, but it's really not terrible if you're picking it up or if you're looking at it under a different surface. So, the white mat, not its best format. And then, of course, the brown, coffee-coated one. The lovely, like, blue sky. Those were the D12s. Then we have D percentiles, which once again, we have 3. We have a solid orange, a solid red, and a kind of bluey one. Again, your pretty standard dice here. tens, we have 3. Take a look at these. So this one liked to do things by 3s, as you can tell. Then D8s. I bet you can't guess how many D8s, you guys. Give you a second. Oh, wait. There were 3. Again, blue, 8 D8. Nice cue. This one, which is sort of fire-coated, orange and yellow. And then a goldish, like, it's not quite yellow, not quite gold. Moving on to D6s. Once again, I'll give ya 3 guesses. How many D6s there? Butterscotch. Ooh, butterscotch is a good name for that color. Shockingly, there were 3 D6s. We have green, we have a white, sort of cloudy one, and we have the layered black. And, shock of all shocks, you'll never believe that there were 3D4 as well. This set goes by many names. I actually am positive there's at least one set of this on the wall. Because I bought these dice many years ago when they were on sale from a factory over manufacturer. They're fun. I know, right, Anne? Who would have guessed? And then we have a white. And then this one is super cute. I do like the coloration on this. It's green and sparkly. It's a very sparkly die. So, overall, I will say I will skip the cursed calendar next year. But this was the cursed Amazon Dice Advent Calendar, mass-produced. I saw it on Shein and Temu and Amazon. We're going to skip that next year. I would recommend, go for one of the specialized ones. Go for one of the ones from the dice companies. But, yeah, not, I don't think was worth the $20 that one cost. And it was available for various prices. I paid $20 for it, but... Alright, now let's get into the fun ones that are from some of the more specific dice companies. So, Robin's Nerd Supplies is a Colorado-based dice company that I visited for the first time this year because I stumbled upon an ad for their Dice Advent Calendar. And I was able to identify a set for every single one of these dice. Their sets are affordable. Super affordable, you guys. I was looking at them. I now to maybe get some full sets of these guys, but I was able to identify all of these. So we have various and sundry ones. We're going to start with the D20s. These are not in the order we opened them. They're just in whatever order. So they have some fun names too, and someday maybe we'll learn. I'll get a hold of them. And all right, Q, bye.
Bye, Q.
And the tiny human says bye, Q. And your friends are annoying.
They're playing without me. Oh, there's 4 of them playing right now, and they won't play with me.
She's trying to play Fortnite with her friends, and she's been left out.
They're not even playing normal games. They're playing a free-for-all, and they won't let me join them.
Well,
and they can have more than 4 players in that game.
Go beg and plead.
I bet doing
I
that.
can't help you. Alright, so this one is called Takeout. Again, no idea for the reason behind the names, but super fun. These sets, these dice were all super fun. So there's that one. That one is Takeout. Then we have, this one is called Ace. Panda Express dice, like orange chicken. Maybe that could be why it's called Takeout. We have Takeout and Ace. This one that we were guessing about what the inclusion is, this one is called Conundrum. The set it is from. So this is the D20 from Conundrum. Then we have the This one is cookies and cream. I'm sorry, your face hurts. Okay, this one, we guessed and guessed what this one was called, and someone actually guessed it. This one is PB&J, you guys. So we totally called it on the name for this one. And last but not least, this one, and we joked about this because it was in black dye in a Christmas dice calendar. This one is actually called Coal. So those were, there were 6 D20s. This was definitely a calendar that gave us a lot of D20s to work with. I'm super excited to get to roll these. They're mostly legible. The Conundrum one gets a little iffy, and the Coal one is a little tricky, depending on lighting. But they are super cute. I love that they're slightly larger than standard. Just for illustration, here is the yellow. It's the Coal. So I love that they're slightly larger. Alright, now, moving on. Love that there are full sets. There are full sets, and they, like I said, they're pretty affordable. It's about $15 for a set, and from a smaller company like this, that is super affordable as a price. So I definitely, after getting their Dice Advent calendar, totally endorse checking them out. I'm loving what we got out of the Advent calendar. I think it's totally worth visiting them to get the full set, and they have some other colors that weren't in the Dice Advent calendar as well. So we have the D12s, which are parchment. Then we have Bluebird, which is this blue shaded one. And we have Nebula. Still, Nebula, I might have to go in for a full set for, because it's just amazing. There are 3 D12s in that set. To the D percentiles. That. There were 3 of those as well. So we have, this one is called Island Retreat. And once I saw that name, I was like, that totally makes sense. Look, it definitely gives island vibes. We have this one, which is actually from a Christmas set called First Snow. So it's the snow falling on the green grass. That is what's the deal with the glitter and the translucent resin onto the green. So we have First Snow. And this one is called Lazy River. Darker blue, and then glitter and clear. So super fun. D10s. All of these sets have really cute. They're cute. They have good names. We have Jasper. We have this one. Sorry, I'm consulting my index card. It tells me. This one is called Night Kiss. And then we have this one, which is called Grasshopper. Again, all of these pretty much have been super legible. That Conundrum one is really the only one that hasn't been super legible. D8s in this one. We have Candy Cane, which is the pink and white striped one, and I believe we did make some candy cane jokes when we opened it, but this set is officially named Candy Cane. Then we have this one. This D8 is called Curse. The set is Curse. Black matte, shimmer through, very legible. The set is called Curse. And the last D8, this one here, is purple and green, is Macaron. Super pretty. Of course, I have a slight imperfection on the 4 on mine, but that's okay. You know what? I love it. Gives it more character. Um, Super cute. All right, on to the D6s. There were 3. And I think that's just how the maths, when you break down 24. So we have 3 D6s. This one is Cabana. Right? I know this one is just so good. And then this one is Cotton Candy, which I love the pink. We all know I love a pink dye. I may have to go get either the candy cane or the cotton candy, or the nebula, or but they're so cute. And then this one is just straight up lemonade. That's the name of it. And then final 3 dice from this calendar are the D4s. We have, this one is called Caramel Swirl. Kind of like a latte. With the caramel swirl through it. We have Spark, which is this blue and purple one. And then this is their Neapolitan set. So all of these are from Robin's Nerd Supplies. I think this one was totally worth the money. And definitely worth checking out to get some full sets from. These guys were awesome to deal with. Like, it was so smooth. You bought it, it shipped, it got right to you. I haven't had much interaction with the company other than that, but I mean, the website looks great. It's easy to find. I was able to identify all of these sets. Oh, and I did learn that they have a name for their little mascot guy. So this little sleeping dragon is called Talus. And they sell a blanket with Talus on it and a few other things. So definitely check them out. It looks like a good little company. Very cute dice. I'm very excited about them and getting some more dice from them. So pull those back over here. And we're going to venture next to Dice Envy. We're going to wrap up with Adventure Dice. They do have a website, Robin's Nerd Supplies. If you Google them, they are also on Etsy. But you can find them on Etsy or on their website directly. So I was scrolling through their actual website today when I was doing did I do their identification today? I think I did. Did some of it last night. All right, we are moving to Dice Envy. Dice Envy is once again super cool dice. I could not identify a lot of the individual dice. They're either not available as individuals on their or in the colors that we have, and they didn't name the sets from the calendar. So we have. I did notice, however, in going through, that we got that really cool set of mini dice on the last day. I don't know if you noticed this, Anne, but we got a D20 of the large version of this same set, also in the calendar. So, for those of you watching who don't know, Anne also had the Dice Envy calendar. Their calendar is identical, so everyone who got it got all the same thing. I did not notice it either until I poured all the dice out side by side. And that is when I figured out that we got a D20 large size of this pink shift gold white ink, the same that is the mini. Although there's definitely more pink in the mini set, but it is definitely the same. Like you can see the coloration, it's the same. But as with poured sets, you often get a different mix of color. So I have no idea what the name of this set is, or the mini set, but it's super cute. So we have that, and very legible. That definitely passes the Kiwi test. We have the awesome wooden 12 Days of Christmas D12. I love this die. It is so cute. I'm gonna have to find a way to work it into a game for next year for holiday season. This one I have a name for. I don't know. It's the Candlelight Infinity D4. So it counts down with candles. So there are a number of lit candles for the side. And it's available on their website, but not in this metal color. So I don't know what this specific one is, but the Candlelight Infinity D4. And that one is metal. Um, Not as much of a concern for table denting, but I would still recommend a tray. Alright, then we have individuals. These ones came together, the pair of D12s in the red and green. Again, I could not find full sets of either color of these on their website. Don't know if they have names, but I'm just going to call them the Christmas ornament pair. Right? I'm going to totally decide that these are for Daggerheart. Because that is a system where you need 2D12s. So, I don't know. Speaking of Daggerheart, I'm super excited that they have announced the release date for that. And I'm super excited to get my set because I got the dice. Oh, I didn't watch their stream. So they are officially for Daggerheart. Super excited about that. I really got to watch their stream. I should follow them, but I don't have time in the day for all the things. Alright, so this is also another one that I can sort of identify. So this is a Pixel Hearts Infinity D4, but this color is once again not available independently on their website, so I don't know what the color is supposed to be. But I love it. I love the little. They remind me of pills, but the Infinity D4s. I just love them. They're so cool. All right. So then we have the two sets. It's not the Hylian one. The Hylian one is a slightly different color. So that's what I was trying to look at and identify, but I could not find that actual teal color. The Hylian one is more green than this, at least in the picture, so it could also be a lighting thing. So I am not sure, but it is super cool. I love the color. Alright, then we have this full set, which I had been calling a green sparkly set until we got to the D100 because it looks like this is in fact a swirled set and the pour varied completely on some of these dice, so I don't know what Anne's look like, but I'm not sure what we call this set. This was one of the two official complete sets. This is the smaller of the two sets. But it's super sparkly. It is definitely legible. I love that you got both the Infinity D4 and your standard Caltrop D4 in it. So it's super fun. I'm super excited to get to roll these in a game. I haven't decided whether that'll be my D&D games or if it's going to be in a Pathfinder game that I have been asked to participate in. More information coming soon, Dicelings, to those of you who are hanging out in the Discord server, because I have been invited to participate in a live play stream. You should totally put pictures of them on the Discord, Anne, so that we can compare. You should definitely do that. So we have these, and then we can also compare the other set. But yes, so there will be more information coming about the live stream. I've been invited to participate in a show for Pathfinder. I've never played Pathfinder. We did a test session last week. Went okay. It's going to be interesting. I might die relatively quickly and have to make a new character. Luckily for me, our friend Kiwi helped me build the one that I have and is well versed in Pathfinder. Although he does believe I'm going to die relatively early on in the story because did not optimize my character build and I rolled crap for stats. But it's going to be fun, so I will let you all know where you can find that and when you can find that once I have the information. But yeah, so that was the smaller of the two sets. And then on to the last set, which is the massive complete set. Again, no name released for this set anywhere I could find. I don't know if they talk about one on their official stream, Anne? But this is the light blue swirled set with the various shades of blue. You'll see the variation even within the set. Just looking at that, we have the huge chunker D20, a standard sized D20 from them, then the D12, the D percentile, the D10, the D8. Now we have a standard D6, and then the larger D6 with their mascot on it. Then your Caltrop standard D4, and your Infinity Arch D4. I love this set. The light blue is super pretty, but you can see the variation in the pour. So as with any poured mixed dice, the color variation is going to really depend. The swirls are going to change. You're going to see different tonality. It's just super fun, and it's very legible, which is nice. So, very pretty, very fun. I really enjoyed this calendar. I will definitely probably get Dice Envy again next year, because there's always fun surprises. The wooden D12, the little candle, always fun surprises. So definitely worth getting this calendar again. Super fun. I highly recommend Dice Envy. Um, they are super fun. So I'm gonna swap them with the next calendar we're looking at. I'm trying to stay relatively organized. Made an attempt. Not the best attempt, but I made an attempt to try to keep these all organized. So that, because the next one we're going to do is Q Workshop, because we're going to finish off with Adventure Dice last. Adventure Dice is going to be our closer this year. Let me just move Dice Envy back into the holding dice tray so that we can move on to Q Workshop. Now, this year, I was able to identify every single Q Workshop die, which you'll know from last year. I was not able to do that. I was able to, with their 20th anniversary, I think they overhauled their website, I don't know, but I was able to identify every single one of these dice. But we're going to start with the full set that was the Christmas set. The Gingerbread Village theme to the calendar this year resulted in a gingerbread set. So we have the brown swirled gingerbread colored with the white icing set. Now, legibility on this one, the font can make it tricky because, like, that is a 1 on the Arch D4. And there is always a gingerbread man, at least one gingerbread person who has been bitten on every die. So it's fun to look for that. And then the final night, Christmas Eve, was a metal gingerbread die. So that was the full set we got, plus the extra D10. Because they did not do a coin this year. So, super cute. I love the little ginger. The cookie theme is just absolutely adorable. I'm very excited about these dice. Next year's Christmas one-shot is for sure gonna get those rolled. That is what I have decided. Okay, now, we are gonna move through these dice in the order I have them on my card, because that is how I identified them. So, this is the Space Voyager D10, and I know when we were looking at it, we saw the dates, and we weren't sure why. Well, I have been able to identify, based on what their website, what the dates are. So on the one side, it is 1990. That represents the Hubble telescope launch. And on the 10 side, it says 2021, and that is the Webb telescope launch date. So this D10 is telescope themed. And so that is what that is. So this is the Space Voyager set. And we have the next is a D8. This is Bloodsucker Scarlet. So again, this one is tricky with the lighting. Try and get a little. It is actually a very deep red color. Very, very, very deep red. Let's see if I bring it up closer. Yeah, I get the red tones. But it is definitely a sparkly red color in real life. We have a D4. It's an Infinity Arch D4 from their Dogs line. This is Dogs Charlie. Then we have a D12 of the Shimmering Llama variety. This is Shimmering Llama, Glittering Dark Blue and White. Then we have a D percentile. This is from their Steampunk line. This is Steampunk Clockwork Caramel and White. Then we have their promo D20, which has almost every single style they do. Every face is a different style. And the 20 is their Q Workshop. You okay over there? Take some Tylenol. Then we have a D10. This is Elvish, green and white. Now, these are very busy. The Elvish dice are pretty, but legibility is definitely questionable because all of the runes around the edges, the Elvish script, does sometimes, like, look at that 5. It is jammed in there. So, it's questionable legibility. But there it is. Then we have a D20 from the Cats collection. This is Cats Pixel. We have a D4. This is Runic, Bottle Green and Gold. We have a Celtic Beige and Black D6. This one, again, with all the knot patterning, if you're looking quick, you may find it difficult to read, but is super pretty. We have another D6. This one, and this is one I could not identify last year. Now, this color in this pattern wasn't available, but they had others. So the pattern is called Fortress Compact, and the color is listed as teal on a die of the similar size with a different print. So this is Fortress Compact Teal, but apparently is not listed on their website. And that was one, we had one like that last year that I could not identify because I could not find them on their website, but I found them this year. Alright, next up we have a D6 from their Wizard Dice collection. Dark blue and orange. Then we have a D12. Now, here's another. Legibility is definitely questionable. This is the Forest collection. This one is Tundra. And the detail level is super fun. However, it is a lot. So, legibility on this one. Definitely got to be paying attention to this D12. You then have a D20, and this is the Dwarven Jewels collection. Now, this one was one of the last two are the two I had the hardest time finding. I had to go individually through because I tried searching by color in paint and I just didn't succeed, but I did eventually find it. Look at the red shine on that one. So pretty. So, so pretty. And last but not least, we have this D10, which is from the Pathfinder's Mummy's Mask set. I kept trying to search like Scarab. This one I could not find until I had to go individually through some dice, and I managed to find it. So this set went with the 3-3-3 rule, like a lot of the other calendars did. But super fun. I always love Q Workshop. They were my first Dice Advent calendar. Keep coming back because they're always fun. I love the company motto, all dice tell a story. So it is a Poland-based dice company. They do sell out of a lot of local game stores carry them. You can find them online, so you don't necessarily have to pay shipping from Poland. But I do love this dice company. Do definitely recommend them. They're a lot of fun. There's a lot of surprises, and you can always go and find the full sets of these dice if you really like them. So we are going to move to our last Dice Advent calendar, which is the Adventure Dice calendar. And I'm very, very excited about this one, you guys. So they have not listed these sets yet from the Advent calendar on their website, but if you're in their Discord server, they have posted the names for all of them, including, so their calendar is not identical, so if you got a Dice Advent calendar, get the same dice that I got. They had several variations of their calendar, and they had so many sets. I actually have a wish list from them of sets that I really like. There were some amazing sets. I can't wait for them to go up on their website. Um, but we are going to learn the names of the sets that I did get, and I'm super excited to share one of them with you. I'm so excited for us, guys. We're going to start with the two dice that were not part of a set at all. So there is this one, which is just a generic brown D20. Doesn't have a name. They don't sell it independently, so I think it's just kind of a random one that they threw in to round out. I do love that they fill out. So there were 4 complete sets in the calendar, and the 2 random dice are both D20s. So there's that one. But this one does come from a set. This is the Cream Soda Float D20. Now, if you're US based, that may not make any sense to you because cream soda is like a caramelly tan color here, but I guess it's pink in Canada. I've learned that over the years. And I love pink dice. I actually have a full set of cream soda dice. But yeah, so love me a pink die. So super excited that the extra in my calendar was pink. All right, on to the 4 sets that we got from Adventure Dice that were named. We're going to start with the Christmas Eve set. So this set contains the Opogogo, or it's a sea monster. You might call Nessie, that sort of legendary sea creature. Each die has an insert. And this is called the Okanagan Sunset. That's the name of this set. I guess the ink was supposed to be a little more brassy, and I swapped the D4 with another one. There's the actual D4 for this set. So, legibility on the dice themselves is really nice. Seeing the sea creature is tricky, but that fits with the myth of that particular type of sea creature, right? You don't. It's hard to see. You gotta be looking just the right time. So here we have that. Super cool. Love it. So if you have any like friends that love cryptozoology, these are definitely a dice set for them. Super fun. Set those over to the side. Alright, we were referring to these as the Forbidden Jolly Rancher, is what we were calling these. That is not, in fact, the name that they went with. I mean, shocker. Like, the Deep Water set is really fun, right? So these ones, we also were calling them, like, Aurora Borealis because of their sort of color shimmer to them. The official name of this set is Glacial Dip. So, like, glacier water, going swimming in glacier water was the reference for the name. So, Glacial Dip. Super fun, super sparkly. I love them. They're gorgeous. Okay. We had a lot of names for this set. Glacial Dip. Glacial Dip. This set, we were calling this like the 90s windbreaker set. We had various names for this. I don't quite get where the name came from, but this set is and I think maybe the colors didn't quite turn out the way they were hoping. But this set, the official name of the pink and yellow and purple is Spring Bouquet. I can't explain the name. They're still really cool, and I really like them. I don't get the name, but they're fun. The cool thing, too, is they are selling D6 sets, D10 sets, and I think you might have seen D12 sets of some of these. So if you need D10s for Vampire or D6s for Shadowrun, you can get those type of sets from Adventure Dice. Small Canadian family-run company. Good people. I hang out with them in their Discord server a lot. So there is one more set from Adventure Dice. I am incredibly excited about this, you guys. So this set, you'll recognize these. This is the glow-in-the-dark set, which I have figured out. Well, it's not so much guess, Anne, as they asked for suggestions. And I said, on our stream, when we open these, we've been calling these dice Lava Flow. Guys, I am so incredibly excited to announce that the official name that was given to this set is Lava Flow. When they go up for sale on the Adventure Dice website, they will be listed as Lava Flow. So there they are glowing. I mean, my monitor light is still on, but you can even see with the monitor light, I just hit them with the UV, and they glow. So basically, guys, we named these. They asked for suggestions on Discord server, and I was like, we've been calling them Lava Flow. That is the official name. I am so excited about that. So I love that they take name suggestions from their fans. I still don't quite get the Spring Bouquet one, but hey, Eager, glow in the dark sets are super fun. These ones are so I do love that their Adventure Dice always includes one glow in the dark set in each advent calendar. So we'll pull these back. Of course, I shut the light off, but there is the entire contents from my Adventure Dice. Sorry. Please. There we go. Again, 100% love Adventure Dice. Definitely support this company. Good people, good dice. It's just, it is what it is. Once again, not sponsored by any of these dice companies. I totally purchased all of these myself. Definitely worth checking out. Definitely taking a look. This dice dive has been much longer than we normally do, but we were reviewing all of the dice advent calendars, and there were more of those this year than there have been. So I'm so glad you stuck it out with me. Starting next week, we are going to start diving into the wall behind me and doing a little archiving, collecting data, and I did the curse calendar already. Yes, we did that calendar third, Amber. So you'll have to scroll back in the replay and catch that. But so excited. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you for returning. Thank you for coming for the first time. So starting next week, we're going to dive into what's on the wall behind me. We're going to do a little cataloging, figuring out what's here. We will also, of course, be visiting with new dice sets as they arrive. There are definitely some of those that have come in since the last time I saw you. I have had a Kickstarter come in from Credit, a Kickstarter from Dicebound came in. So there's definitely new dice to look at. And we're going to take a look at those while we catalog also the old ones so that we can kind of figure out. I need to get a handle on what I have so I don't rebuy anything, right? Gotta love the Click Clack Math Rocks. Gotta love the dopamine. Thank you so much for hanging out. I hope you all have a fabulous week. Stay safe out there. Have a great night.